Let's set up your Python for running the SeaDAS science processors. I'm on a Mac, and for Linux these steps should be the same. Windows, however, does differ, so we'll address configuring Windows in another video. The SeaDAS science processors, OCSSW, run Python explicitly as Python 3. So let's start by checking for an existing Python 3 installation on your system. Open a terminal shell and run this command, which Python 3. If Python 3 is installed, you'll see its location. You can get its version by running the command python 3 ---- version. However, let's get a more detailed version by running the command python 3 -V. If you see the wording default, as I'm showing here, this indicates you're on the system installation of Python. Your operating system controls this Python and may rely on it, so ideally you should install an additional Python. You can do this by going to python.org, or you can use Homebrew, or you can use Anaconda. Each of these has tools which walk you through the installation process, so I'm not going over that in this video. For the SeaDAS requirements regarding Python version, please visit the SeaDAS webpage listed in the description below. Okay, once you've installed Python, run which Python 3, and you'll see its location, which should differ from the system Python installation. Run python 3 -V, and you should see that it is not the system Python. Assuming this is the Python you wish to use, you're ready to install any needed Python libraries. For a list of all libraries you currently have installed, you can run the Python package manager, python 3 -m pip list. You'll need the request library for pulling files off the web. If it's not in this list, to install it, run python 3 -m pip install requests. We see it has installed requests, and that gets your Python libraries configured for running the core SeaDAS science processors. The SeaDAS processor package also includes some bonus utility scripts which may require additional Python libraries be installed, such as NumPy, netcdf4, GeoPandas, etc. You can install these as needed. For instance, if your run of a processor fails, take a look at the error message. And if it contains module not found error, no module named GeoPandas, well then you need to install GeoPandas, the same as we just did with the requests library. Your Python is now set up for running the SeaDAS science processors from the command line. If you wish to use the SeaDAS GUI for running the science processors, you'll need to make sure that it is using the same Python installation you just configured here at the command line. With multiple installations of Python, the key to controlling which Python is used is to correctly set the path environment variable. If you run echo $path, you see the hierarchical list of directories which your system will search for executables. Going from left to right, the first Python 3 installation that your system encounters is the one that it uses. When you run the SeaDAS science processors from the command line, this path environment variable was likely configured by one of these configuration files. You can run echo $0 to determine which shell you are using. However, the SeaDAS GUI specifically runs the science processors in a bash login shell, so you'll need to configure the path environment variable in the file ~bash_profile. Add the following line to the bottom of this file. Export path equals, quote, the path to your Python 3, $path, unquote. This line functions to add your Python directory to the front of your path, guaranteeing that it is found first. If the file ~bash_profile doesn't already exist, then just create a new one containing just this line. Keep in mind that the bash login shell does not support aliases, so you need to set your Python in the path. Now let's make sure SeaDAS is using this Python installation. Open the SeaDAS GUI, go to Menu, SeaDAS Toolbox, software and system info. Give it a minute as it evaluates. And here's the Python 3 location and version. We also see a line here checking that the request library is installed. Once you've installed the science processors, we'll go over that in another video. The Python location will be listed here, and it's best to come back and check that this does match the Python location that you wish to use. A final note to Anaconda Python users: Anaconda can be configured to have multiple working environments, and you can control which environment the SeaDAS GUI uses. For instance, I have an Anaconda working environment called Demo. Let's activate it and run which Python 3 to get its location. I'm using Miniconda, but it's the same as Anaconda, just lighter weight on the defaults. Then in .bash_profile, I can put its location in the path, and SeaDAS will use my demo working environment. It is possible to include your full Anaconda configuration like this. However, since we are in a bash login environment, you will still need to explicitly set your Python 3 location in the path. And that gets your Python set up for using SeaDAS. To get answers to SeaDAS questions, visit our forum and websites. Those links and any addendums to this video will be posted in the description below. Thank you for watching, subscribe, and stay tuned for more SeaDAS tutorial videos.